evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?
Hello and welcome back to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise on MLB The Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. We're getting ready to take on the Diamondbacks, but I realized that I made a mistake after having played that live game with Evan Milton in the field. The way I had to do that to get him as the center fielder in player lock mode was actually set the lineup to where he was the center fielder and Brian Reynolds was the DH, like the default lineups, and then go to play the game and move forward from there. And then after that game, I simulated the next one, but had forgotten to put Milton back as the DH. So he's coming into this game a little bit winded, we should say. So we'll have to really monitor his pitch count and make sure that we do our best to get him out of there before that becomes an issue. But we made a mistake there. Hopefully not that big of a deal, but just something to be aware of as we jump into this ball game. So he comes into this one still pitching pretty well, and in a matchup where I would really have liked to have had him fresh because Zac Gallen is one of the best pitchers in the National League. Not necessarily a huge strikeout guy, but one that should give us some challenges. So here we go. We're out at PNC, and you see the numbers there for Milton so far this year. 7-1, a 2.22 ERA. Got that whip down south of 1 again. 57 hits and 9 walks across 69 innings and 78 strikeouts. So it's the kind of game where we just kind of hope we can get 5 or 6 innings out of them, put them in a position to get win number 8. It'll be Jake McCarthy to start things off for the D-backs. And that's a great start right there. 1 pitch, 1 out, and we want to see more of that. All right, let's get a look at the Diamondbacks lineup. It's McCarthy, Rojas, and then Gurriel Jr. swinging the bat pretty well for them. Christian Walker bats 4th, and the youngster Corbin Carroll hitting .370. Then Smith, Moreno, Ahmed, and Kettle Marte to round out the lineup. But, man, look out for the middle of this lineup for sure. Nasty slider there from Milton to get ahead now 1-2. Then he goes to the fastball down and away, but nice hitting there by Rojas. Takes it into center field for a 1-out single. That was actually a really good pitch from Milton. So unfortunate there that now the D-backs have a runner on as they get to the heart of this order. So nothing happening there on the first pitch of the at-bat as the pitch misses just low for ball 1. Now a curve is taken into the gap in right center field. Mitchell can't get to it. That should score the runner from first. It's going to be extra bases for Gurriel, and the D-backs grab an early lead here on the RBI double on the mistaken location there from Milton. He left a curve over the plate. Gurriel just stays back on it. Good piece of hitting there, not trying to do too much. Takes it into the gap and gives the team a one-run lead. Called strike there on the outside corner as Walker checked his swing. Didn't matter. And now slider gets him swinging for a big second out. Swing and a miss on the 2-seam there, and quickly 0-2 to Corbin Carroll. And he goes to the changeup, and Carroll went around. So good job by Milton to at least limit the damage as he strands that runner in scoring position. But the D-backs get a run on 2 hits, and we go to the bottom of the first with the Pirates trailing here in Pittsburgh. We'll get a look at the numbers for Zac Gallen coming into this one. 9 starts, he's 4-2 with a 2.78 ERA, 55 innings of work, so he's not giving them a ton of depth with just over 6 innings per start. And a 1.09 ERA, very respectable, but not a guy that racks up a ton of strikeouts. So expect the Pirates to be putting the ball in play as Ji-Hwan Bae steps in with a 10-game hitting streak. So doing a good job after taking over that role for the injured O'Neal Cruz. Bae takes a changeup right down the middle for strike 2, now quickly 0-2. And then a cutter gets him swinging. So it's a 3-pitch strikeout for Zac Gallen to start the ball game as Bae swings through that one. Looked like the timing was pretty good, so not sure how he managed to miss that one, but that's the first out of the ball game. So that's now 6 pitches from Gallen, all strikes, as he's 1 strike away from finishing off the Pirates on just 7 pitches, and that's exactly what happens. As he gets a 3-pitch strikeout, a 1-pitch ground out, and then a 3-pitch strikeout on Bryan Reynolds. Great work from the righty, and it's 1-0 D-backs lead as we head to the second. Nice changeup there from Milton, and now he's ahead 1-2 on Pavin Smith. And the fastball gets him looking, so it's a strike 3 pitch there for Milton to start the second inning, as he's done a good job since that double from Gurriel back in the first. Back-to-back foul balls from Moreno, and now 0-2. Milton comes right after him and gets him on just 3 pitches, so good job here by Milton in the second, as he's got a couple of strikeouts, and now it's Nick Ahmed to step in with 2 down. Another foul ball from Ahmed, as he's fouled off 3 straight pitches to start the at-bat. Another 0-2 pitch gets him to go around there, and Milton strikes out the side in the second, as he looked sharp in that inning. We go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0 D-backs. So Evan Milton will lead things off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second. Swinging the bat well for them so far this year. Got the average at 327. Showing some flashes of power as well. He was the Rookie of the Month in April, as he's behind in the count 0-1. Zac Gallen still no balls so far in this game, and there's another quick 0-2 count as he gets ahead on Milton. So now the 0-2 pitch is hit foul down the left field line. Milton, good piece of hitting there, goes with that fastball on the outside corner, able to fight it off and stay alive. 0-2, he went around on a curve down in the dirt. They'll send that down to first to get him, and that's the first out of the inning. And Zac Gallen looking very sharp early in this one. Cutter catches the top of the zone there, and now it's 2-2 to Ji-Man Choi with 2 down, nobody on. And that ball hit hard, but it's going to be handled at first. He'll step on the bag. That'll end the inning as Gallen sets him down in order for the second inning in a row. We're going to the third, still 1-0. Marte was on that one, but pulled it foul, and now the count 3-2. Lined up in the pitch from Milton is a changeup that misses low for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to the 9 hitter to start the inning, and that is just a cardinal sin. So McCarthy grounded out his first time up, and now behind in the count 0-2, and that ball hit hard, but right at Ji-Hwan Bae, who gloves it for the first out. That was fortunate because that was a mistake on an 0-2 pitch, trying to get it down and get a ground ball. And McCarthy barreled that up, but nothing to show for it, and now 1 away for Josh Rojas. Ground ball can still get you out of the inning here. Keep that pitch count in order, and that ball is hit into center field. Reynolds on the run, going to get there. Marte will have to retreat. Oh my gosh, throw the ball. Marte had to retreat to first, so it'll be 2 down now for Gurriel, who, remember, doubled home a run back in the first. And another double here would potentially get them a run with 2 down. Now the 0-1 from Milton, lined up in the pitch, is chopped to third. Hayes has it, sends it over to Choi, and that's going to do it for the D-backs. As good job by Milton to spoil that leadoff walk, and we go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. And it's 7-8-9 due up for the Pirates. So Gallen now a strike away from getting through the order with no trouble the first time, as that one is lifted into right field and should be a can of corn. So the Pirates 9 up, 9 down, as they are still looking for their first base runner. We're going to the 4th inning. It's 4-5-6 due up for Arizona. Good location there from Milton, but he does not get the call, so it's 1-0 to Walker. And that one is hit hard and into center field. Reynolds is going to get to it, though, and hold him to a single. But it's a leadoff base runner again for Arizona, as Walker barreled that one up. Exit velocity 99 miles an hour. Unfortunate for Milton, he didn't get that call for the strike on the first pitch, and then just leaves that one over the plate a little bit too much, and now finds himself looking for a double play ball. Milton got away with that one. A high changeup that just had him fooled and out in front, and now 1-2 to Carroll. And got him looking, just froze him with a fastball on the outside corner, and Carroll is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Carroll early on the changeup again there, pulls another one foul. The count's still 1-2. And now he's late on the fastball as Milton just racking up strikeouts right now, and now 1 out away from stranding another leadoff base runner. That's another first pitch that was borderline where Milton just not getting the call. And they've all been low in the zone, and that one was hit pretty well, but Sawinski is going to get to it, and that'll do it for the D-backs in the 4th. Again, good job by Milton to spoil the early base runner, but the Pirates trail 1-0 as they still look to reach base for the first time. Bay able to foul off that one and stay alive. The count remains 0-2. Wind up in the pitch from Gallen. Chased it way up out of the zone. Ugly at bat there from Bay as he was just overmatched there by Gallen, and that's the first out of the inning. So there's a borderline strike at the top of the zone as Gallen is ahead 0-1. Pirates fans not happy with that. But Reynolds, ground ball to the right side, diving stop at second. He throws to Walker to get him, and Zac Gallen has fired 4 perfect innings as he's set down the first 12 batters that he has faced. Excellent play there from Marte, and it is 1-0 as we head to the 5th. Missed outside with a slider. Count now 0-1 to Ahmed. Wind up in the pitch from Milton. Is hammered deep to left field. Sawinski going back. This one has a chance to get out of here, and it's gone. A solo shot from the 8-hitter Ahmed to start off the inning here in the 5th, and it's now 2-0 D-backs on the 4th of the year from Ahmed. And I'll tell you what, the Pirates might be in trouble here. They have not been able to figure out Zac Gallen, and now it's a 2-run lead here, but thankfully just a solo shot there. But Milton had him struck out a couple of pitches ago, doesn't get the call, and now that one down the line and fair. So that is frustrating as a Pirates fan, as you had a perfect backdoor slider that should have been strike 3. The entire ball catches the outer corner, and you don't get the call, and then a couple of pitches later, you slice one down the line for a double. A really good eye by McCarthy to lay off, and the count now full. 3-2 pitch is popped up to the left side. Bay is going to track that one down, and that's the first out. Got a fastball by him upstairs to get it to 2 apiece. So the 2-2 pitch, Milton going back to the fastball. That one is lifted into left center field. Reynolds a long run, but he got there and has it for the second out. So a strike in there from Milton. Feel like it should be 1-2, but again, the umpire not really helping him. It's 2-1, and the pitch is grounded to third. Hayes has it, sends it across the diamond to end the inning. The Diamondbacks get another one, though, on the solo homer from Ahmed, and they lead this thing 2-0 as we are halfway home here in Pittsburgh. So Evan Milton will lead things off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th. Pittsburgh still looking for their first base runner of the ball game, as the changeup missed outside there. And now the 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2, as this home plate umpire has not been given that low strike. And I'll tell you what, Evan Milton may have lost his mind had he gotten that call. Quickly 3-0, and a dangerous pitch here. I think if you're Milton, though, you probably need to be taken. Down by 2, you need base runners, and the last thing you want is to hit it hard somewhere with nothing to show for it and kind of help him out. And that one not very tempting, as it's a 4-pitch walk to Milton. The Pirates have their first base runner of the ball game. Cutter is in there for strike 1 to Sawinski. As the man, could they use one of his 2-run homers that he's had a knack for giving them so far this year. And there it is! Stay fair, ball. Stay fair. Oh, no! Now 0-2. And he hits into a double play. You gotta be kidding me. Tough break there for the Pirates as Sawinski hammers a fastball into the river, but foul. And now you've got 2 outs and nobody on as he hits it hard, but right at Walker, and it ends up being a 3-6-1 double play. So Choi able to foul that one off. The count stays 1-2. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the cutter up and in. He was just out in front of that one and down on strikes. And you can start counting some outs at this point as we're through 5 and the D-backs lead 2-0. Walker fouls off the fastball. He was early on that. So the 1-2 pitch, as there is activity in the Pirates bullpen. That pitch in the dirt, Rodriguez able to handle it. Sends it down to first, but pulls Choi off the bag So it's a strikeout and an E2 to start the 6th inning, and now I think the Pirates, with the lefty loose in the bullpen, are going to have to make the change here. All right, so Angel Perdomo into the ball game here with a runner on first. Nobody out in the top of the 6th. Gets a fly out, pop up. Walker steals second. Now you walk a guy and get a strikeout to get out of it. Got a base runner here. Let's get aggressive. Hit and run. At least we got him up to second. We're still hitless through 6, guys. Marte hits lefties pretty well, but with 2 more lefties on deck, I think I'm going to take the chance here. And he doubles. And then we hit a guy. And then an error. So that didn't go as planned. And now we're down 3-0. And it's not looking good. They've got a runner on second. We're trailing by 3 and have no offense. I'm going to go to Velasquez and just hope he can finish this out for us. 4-0. 7 innings without a hit. 8 innings without a hit. And there it is. We break it up to start the 9th as Marcano is on to lead off the inning. Let's get a rally now. Nope. Dominant performance by Zac Gallen as he just shreds us in this one. 9 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. Milton actually was pretty good considering he was, coming into this one a little bit gassed. Goes 5 innings, 5 hits and a walk, and struck out 8. The solo homer, and then back in the first, a single and a double. But, he was really not that, he was actually pretty sharp. Even, some of the hits that these guys had, at least the one from, who was it that scored the run back in the first? I think it was their 2-hitter, but I can't remember who exactly that was. But nonetheless, he pitched pretty well. Nothing else we really need to say about this one, as Marcano is the only one on the team that managed to get a hit. He also had a walk, as did Milton. But those were the only 3 men to reach base for our team in this one. So that's just not a good day, bottom line, for this offense. Let's go back to the main screen and see what's on tap as far as the next ball game. It's going to be Contreras, but I don't know who he's going to be facing. It'll be, wait for it. Oh, actually, we're going to have to do some scouting first. Oh, no. Nick Gonzalez, broken ankle, and he's going to be out for a while. So we need to call up. Yeah, I mean, Johnson is hot, but he's only hitting .231. I don't think the right move would be to bring him up. So let's bring up Maggie, and he's not going to be that great even at AAA, but it's okay. I don't have any other infielders. Yikes. Let's go with Travis Swaggerty up to AA, and I'm going to have to do some work with the lineups here. He'll play short pretty much every day. Actually, yeah, we'll let him play. Can he play second as well? Yeah. Jarvis just can't hit, so. And then at AAA, I don't think I'll need to. Oh, wait, I will need to make some changes here. It's basically I'm just looking for a DH. Swaggerty can DH against righties. And then Gonzalez was playing left field. Yeah, let's just give Swaggerty a shot there. And then against lefties, we'll have Gonzalez DH. And Macias will play left field. All right, enough of that. Let's check out our scouting. Okay, so O'Neill does not look like he is the answer. I'm going to actually make a strategic decision here. So we're looking for that #1 overall pick. And if we look at the list of prospects, like as far as guys that are scouted, Daryl Justice is the only one that I would even remotely consider as a #1 pick as a position player right now, because there's no one else that's even really that close. Like we can maybe look at Bud Washington and see what we have there. He's 21, but the potential goes all the way up to 99. He looks like kind of a speedster / contact hitter, maybe like a Johnny Damon type player, but right-handed. So that's like a maybe, but we're kind of running thin on options that I think could be the guy. So what I'm going to do is actually go and try and find a hidden gem. So first base international and starting pitchers in the East is fine. We'll just need to remember that. First base international, starting pitcher East. And for my priority, I want whoever is best at discovery, which is this guy. I want you to go discover new prospects. And let's go East outfield and just hope that we get lucky. In fact, I'm actually going to do 1 week where all we do is look for new prospects. And we're going to look outfield and just hope to God we get really lucky and find a hidden gem. Then we'll go back to scouting again, but I need to find somebody who I feel like is a generational talent, or at least somebody who within a year is definitely going to be Major League ready and have lots of upside. I'd love to have somebody that's already Major League ready, but I just don't know if we're going to get that. But here we go. It'll be Contreras versus Merrill Kelly with the series tied 1 apiece. Let's see if we can get the rubber match. Well, we got beat up in this one. We lose 8-0. We'll look at the box score here. It's not quite as bad as it seemed. There was just one bad inning that kind of did us in. Our hitting wasn't terrible. We got 6 hits and 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, but we couldn't come up with any big hits when we needed them. We had a couple of situations where we had, a couple guys on or bases loaded and needed a big hit and just couldn't get it. But then there were several innings where we just had nothing going. But 3 errors. Contreras goes 4 2/3, and then that 5th inning just kind of got away from him. He gives up 6 runs, 5 of them earned. And then the bullpen did an admirable job, but more unearned runs. Oviedo gave up a home run after an error with 2 outs in the inning. But we lose 8-0. We're never really in that game, frankly. So a little bit of a bummer there. And now it's going to be Mitch Keller taking on Nate Eovaldi in Pittsburgh as the Rangers are 24-22. And now we win a heck of a game here as we win it 1-0. And Evan Milton had a heck of a ball game. We'll see here. He goes 4 for 4, including a solo home run. That was the only run of the ball game in this one, and he stole a couple of bases. So he's got 19 swipes on the season, and the homer was a big one. Mitch Keller pitches really well, gets a no decision, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, struck out 5. Jalen Beeks, good job in the 7th. Dwayne Underwood gave up a hit and a walk in the 8th, but holds them and gets the win. Bednar gave up a, I think, 1-out double, but then closed it out for his 15th save. And hopefully that's a sign that he's kind of starting to get things on track for his season. Because, we said before the year started, he's a guy that we're not really all that worried about. But he has had his struggles, but hopefully gets it on track as we get closer to the All-Star break. JT Brubaker to take on John Gray in the second game of the series. as we're still way out there in first. 6 games up in the division and the only team over 500. So going pretty well as we get ready to take on the Rangers yet again. All right, we win a little bit of a wild one here as final score 10-7. We'll dig into the box score here and kind of walk you through. Good day so we gave a bunch of guys the day off offensively as far as position players, and the guys that filled in did an admirable job as Matthias goes 3 for 5, couple runs, couple RBIs. McCutcheon came off the bench partway through the game, went over 2, but Santana gets the start even though it was a righty on the hill, and he goes 1 for 2 with 3 walks and a solo homer. And then Connor Joe, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Castro and DeLay didn't do anything, but we got some production from guys filling in. Milton ends up going 1 for 4 with a walk, a couple runs, an RBI. Brubaker got touched up a little bit. He, kind of labored through the first few innings and then gets into the 5th, gives up a couple of hits. Or actually, he hit a couple of guys, then I think either walked a guy or gave up a hit, and I bring in Velazquez, who ends up giving up a home run. So that didn't work out very well, and then Velazquez is rewarded by getting the win, although he did pitch well aside from that one home run that he gave up. And then Beeks gets the hold, Bednar another save, and we win this one 10-7. So we are now due to have Milton going again here. He's 7-2, getting ready to square off against the lefty Haney. And so sit tight, and we'll be going back out to PNC. Welcome to Pittsburgh, and it's going to be the Pirates hosting the Rangers in this one. Texas coming in at 24-24. The Pirates looking to keep it going as they are well out in front in the National League Central, and so far in the series it has pretty much been all Pittsburgh, as you see the 1-0 victory to start off the series, and then 10-7 in a slugfest yesterday. So they are looking for the sweep here at home, and they've got their ace on the hill as it's going to be Evan Milton going to the bump, looking to rebound from his 2nd loss of the year against the Diamondbacks in his last outing. He pitched okay in that ball game, but left after just 5+ innings. He's 7-2 on the season, a 2.31 ERA. Still has that whip down south of 1, racking up pretty good number of strikeouts, avoiding walks, doing all the things to be successful. And to start things off, it is Rafael Ortega off to a great start to the season, hitting .333 with 4 dingers for the Rangers. 2 straight fastballs just barely miss, and quickly 2-0 to Ortega. That one grounded to the right side. Castro fields, sends it over to Santana, and that's the first out. We'll get a look at the Rangers lineup in this one, as it's Ortega, then Jonah Heim will DH. Lowe will bat 3rd, then Seager, Marcus Semien, Adolis Garcia, then Mitch Garver, Brad Miller, and Leody Taveras rounding out batting 9th in this one. Swing and a miss on a nasty slider there to even the count at 2 apiece. And he goes fastball up and away and gets the call on the outside corner. Heim is down on strikes. Now 2 away here in the 1st. Takes a strike. Count quickly 0-1. Now Milton straight back to work. It's a fastball chopped right back to him. He sends that over to Santana. It's a quick inning there as he sets him down in order, and we go to the bottom of the 4th with no score. On the hill for the Rangers is the lefty Andrew Haney, making his 10th start of the season. He's just 3-2, not giving him a ton of depth at just 48 2/3 through those 9 starts. 46 hits, 20 walks, a little bit of an issue, not striking out a ton of guys, and the whip at 1.36. Not terrible, but not necessarily where you want it for a guy that you're kind of relying on to be, an effective piece of your starting rotation. He's able to lay off that one. The count now 2-2. He's hitting just .244 on the season and swings through a slider and is down on strikes. That's a good start for Haney as he racks up a strikeout. Now Connor Joe steps in with 1 away. Reynolds pulls that one foul, so the count 1-2 And the pitch from Haney is on the corner at the belt to get the call, and that will end the inning. So Reynolds down on strikes looking as his season continues to get off to a little bit of a sluggish start. And we are scoreless after 1. So just a long foul ball there from Seager, and the count now 1-1. That ball up the middle, Matthias had it played very well as they kind of had the shift on there, and that's going to be the first out of the inning.
No, that missed. That's the ball.
And man, Milton can't believe it as the slider looked really good there on 0-2. Does not get the call, so now 1-2 to Marcus Semien with 1 away here in the inning, and that one has popped up the elevator shaft. Jason DeLay tosses off the mask and has it for the second out of the inning. Nasty curve there from Milton, got him swinging to get ahead in the count now 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch is another curve. He left that one up, but Garcia still unable to make contact as he is down on strikes to end the inning. So Milton will lead things off here in the bottom of the second. He's got the average up to 341 now as he has really been swinging the bat well over the last week or so. Takes a fastball for strike 1. And now Haney with the advantage winds and fires and misses down and away, trying to go backdoor with the slider. Unable to get it in there for the strike, and now 1 apiece. And that's going to be low, I believe. Yes, sir. So now 2-1 to Evan Milton. And we're going to sit on another changeup down here. Now we're looking fastball. Tried to check, but he went around, and the count now 2-2. So Milton, 2-2 pitch is just able to foul it off as the timing wasn't bad here. Would have probably pulled it foul. So we'll see if he can stay back now on something 2-2. He's able to lay off the changeup there. Good eye, and the count runs full. So you got to be thinking use the middle of the field here, especially on a pitch away. And that was it, but he got under it, lifts a fly ball into left center field, and that's the first out of the inning. Misses high for ball 3, so it's 3-1 to McCutcheon, hitting .279 with 3 home runs in a platoon roll. That one hit pretty hard. Diving stop by Seager, throws across the diamond to get him for the second out, but he is hurt on the play as they are going to have to take him out of the ball game here. He is holding his arm and is going to leave the ball game. So tough break there for the Rangers as he's going to exit, and Josh Smith will stand in and take over the duties at shortstop. Pulls that one foul. The count now even at 2 apiece with 2 down, and the pitch from Haney is grounded to the left side. So Smith just fresh into the ball game, gets tested on that one, but Santana doesn't run well, and he gets him with ease to end the inning. It's going to be 7-8-9 due up for the Rangers as we head to the third, still scoreless. Good at bat here for Mitch Garver as he fouls off another to keep the count at 2 apiece. But he is down on strikes as he goes after the curve there. And nice pitch from Milton as he racks up another strikeout, and now 1 away for Brad Miller. Tried to get him to chase upstairs, but he lays off, and it's 1-2 to Brad Miller. And the 1-2 pitch is chopped down the third base line. Hayes backhands and sends it across to Santana to get him. Nice play there. And Miller can take his old school stirrups and head back to the dugout as that's the second out of the inning. And my goodness, how is that not strike 3 as the count runs full now on Taveras here with 2 down in the inning. Milton goes to the changeup. It's grounded up the middle. Matthias Fields throws across his body and gets him. So 9 up, 9 down for Milton. Nice play there by Matthias. And we go to the bottom of the third. Still no score. Castro takes a strike there. He's been swinging the bat well lately. The average at 253. That ball hit well into center field. Has a chance, and it's down off the glove on the diving try. And now Castro going to try and get greedy. He heads for second and is out on a beautiful throw. Man, did Ortega throw a strike there to get him as he knocks it down there, diving try, and then quickly recovers. Doesn't hesitate, just fires a perfect throw to just barely get Castro for the first out of the inning. Mathias has been a pleasant surprise for the Pirates since being called up, as he's behind the count 1-2 here, and a changeup had him out in front. He swings through it for the second out of the inning. Not very tempting there as the curve misses up and in, and it's now 1-2 to Jason DeLay. The pitch from Haney is a fastball at the belt, hit hard, but Smith fields it on the backhand, sends it across to get him, and that is now 18 batters through three complete innings, as each pitcher has faced the minimum as we head to the fourth. First pitch fastball in for strike one to Ortega. Now the 0-1 pitch is a slider hit hard. Hayes fields it on the short hop, and that will be the first out of the inning. So just 2 pitches to get him, and Milton has been pretty efficient so far in this one. Wow, that is a very well located changeup on the 0-2 pitch, but Heim able to lay off, and the count now 1-2, and he lifts one into center field. Reynolds should have this one, and does, for the second out of the inning. Milton just missing off the inside corner. Lowe checked his swing, but didn't go around, and now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup, as that's 12 up, 12 down for Milton. We're going to the bottom of the fourth, and we got a pitcher's duel here in Pittsburgh. So Haney gets 2 quick outs, and now a strike to Reynolds. He's ahead in the count 0-1 with nobody on here in the inning. That ball back up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. So Reynolds with a 2-out knock, and that will get Evan Milton to the plate here in the bottom of the fourth. Milton has been swinging the bat very well for the Pirates lately, looking to keep it going as he watches that one miss low, and the count 1-0. We're going to take a shot here and guess changeup on 1-0. It's not what it is. It's a fastball in for strike one. The count now even 1 apiece. We're going to put Reynolds in motion here. Get aggressive. So now, change of plans. We're going to wait and see if we can get to 2-1. Nope. I think what we're going to do now is do a run and hit. Let's send him, and he's picked off. Throw it away. And he was close to getting back, but he is down, picked off to end the inning, and now still have seen the minimum number of hitters through 4 innings. So the Pirates a couple of hits, but aggressive base running has cost them in both scenarios. And Milton, you don't want to walk him, so he steps off, wants to think about this, and he was thinking changeup, and he's going to go back to the fastball here and just try and throw it by him. And got him looking for the first out, as Milton is really locating the ball well so far in this one. That's 1 out here in the 5th. Heck of an at-bat here from Simeon, as he has fouled off a bunch of pitches. The count full. The 3-2 pitch from Milton got him on the fastball up and away and just froze him. So, man, the Rangers, that's several times now they've gone down on strikes looking, but at least Simeon able to draw out the at-bat there. That was the 8th pitch in that one. He's down on strikes for the second out. Just missing off the plate away, and the count now 2-1 to Garcia. The 2-1 pitch is on the way, and up the middle into center field. Reynolds comes and gets it before it hits the ground for the final out of the 5th. And that's now 5 innings, 15 up, 15 down for Evan Milton, and he's due to start things off in the bottom half of the 5th. So Milton 0 for 1, looking to try and get something going here for the Pirates, as it has been a pitcher's duel so far in this one.
1 ball, no strike.
We are yet to see anybody reach base and stay on base to complete an inning. And man, Milton had one to hit there, but couldn't wait back on it. Pulls it foul, and the count now 1 apiece. And then a changeup. That's just a really good pitch, as it looks like a fastball, kind of dives off the table right at the end. Able to foul it off. And now a 2-1 or a 1-2 fastball is hit pretty well, but it's going to be caught in left field for the first out of the inning. So now 2-0 to Santana. The Rangers have the shift on here. Santana grounded out to short in his first plate appearance, and then had a fastball belt high, pops it up. Garver has it, and that's it for the Pirates in the 5th. So we're going to the 6th. Still no score. Perfect 2-seam there from Milton, as the count now 1-2. Then he goes slider down and away, gets Garver swinging for the first out of the inning, and another strikeout for the Pirates righty. Miller fouls off the changeup there to stay alive, 0-2. And now a curve throws him for strike 3. It's another looking strikeout for Milton as he's got 2 down here in the 6th. So he was early on the fastball there, fouls it back, and the count stays 0-2. Changeup got him swinging. He strikes out the side, and Milton has just been sensational in this one, as that is 18 up, 18 down, but the Pirates got to get something going on offense. It's 7-8-9 due up for the Buccos. So 2-1 now to Castro. Singled his first time up, but was caught trying to stretch it into a double. Won't have any trouble stretching this one to a double, as that ball is into the gap, and extra bases for Castro. It's going to be a leadoff two-bagger, and the Pirates have a man in scoring position for the first time in the ballgame. And with nobody out here in the 6th inning, a huge opportunity for the home team. So the changeup misses down and into Matthias. He struck out in his first plate appearance. Looking to try and get that run home with a base hit. That ball is into right center field. That's going to get to the gap and will score the runner from second with ease. It's going to be another double as he'll trade places with Castro. And it's an RBI double for Mark Matthias, and the Pirates grab a 1-0 lead here in Pittsburgh. Hayes fouls that one back, so the count now even at 2 apiece as Matthias leads off a second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And he goes up and gets this one, takes it into left field. That's going to get down. Matthias rounds third, heading for home. Here comes the throw. Not going to get him, and it's 2-0 Pirates as Hayes able to go up the ladder and get that one, and just able to get it out of the reach of the shortstop there. And that's going to make it a 2-run lead for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's going to do it for Haney, as they are now going to turn to the bullpen. Looks like it's going to be a righty, as he pitched well in this one. Got very little help, actually no help offensively, as they now turn to Jonathan Hernandez out of the bullpen. He has been outstanding for them this season with a 1.16 ERA across 23 1/3, 13 appearances so far this year, and has done a very good job limiting hard contact. Gets the call on the backdoor slider to get the count to 1-2. The pitch to Reynolds is lifted into left center field. That ball hit pretty well. Long run out there for Taveras, but he gets there to make the over-the-shoulder grab for the final out of the inning. The Pirates get a couple, and they lead it 2-0 here as we head to the 7th, and it's top of the order due up for the Rangers. Nice 2-seam there to even the count at 1 apiece. Now the 1-1 to Ortega is grounded back up the middle. Behind the back grab from Milton, and that's the first out of the inning. Nice play there, and that's big because the way that ball was tracking, it was going to be a tough play. If that gets through, Matthias was going to have to hurry to get Ortega. That's a big first out. And he fouls off another one. The count stays full, as this is one incredible at bat for Jonah Heim, and now he lifts one into center field. Milton is going to win the duel, but he made him work as he throws double-digit pitches in that one, gets the second out of the inning, but now sitting at 94 pitches here in just the 7th inning with 2 down. Fouled off the fastball to start off the at-bat. Now the 0-1 is into left center or right center field, and that's going to break up the no-hitter, and the perfect game is in the books as that one gets to the gap for extra bases, and then McCutchen throws it away, and he's going to get the third on the play. So instead of a double, it's going to go down as a triple, which is a mistake in the scorebook if you ask me. But Milton finally sees that perfect game go by the wayside. He was sensational so far in this one, but the pitch count getting up there, they're going to leave him in to try and finish off the inning. So Smith standing in with 2 down here, takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. And there's another fastball on the outside corner. Ground ball to the right side, Milton over to cover, and that is 7 scoreless innings, just 1 hit allowed for the Pirates righty, as he has been fantastic and is due to lead off as we head to the stretch. So Milton 0 for 2, fly out and a line out so far in this one, as Hernandez stays out there for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 7th.
Call.
Slider tried the back door, but that one just kind of hung out there and is outside for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch is going to be low and quickly 2-0 here to the Pirates slugging starting pitcher. And this is a dangerous pitch here. And he hangs a slider. Milton was all over that one. That ball is smoked into the gap in right center field. He's going to have extra bases, and he's not stopping at second. He's going for 3. Here comes the throw, and it is not in time as he slides around the tag. Looked like the throw beat him, but he just gets around it and is in for a leadoff triple here in the bottom of the 7th. Man, this was close at third. Let's take another look as it's a good relay, and the throw looked like it was going to get him, but man, what a slide from Milton as he just gets in around it. And now an opportunity for McCutcheon. Nobody out here, runner at third. You just got to put the ball somewhere in play, but get it through the infield as the Rangers have the infield drawn in here. With the infield drawn in here and a 2-0 count, you kind of want something up in the zone that you can lift. He gets a sinker down, hits it hard, but that's right at Taveras and left. He's got a pretty good arm, but Milton runs well and is in to score. It's now 3-0 on the sacrifice fly from McCutcheon, and that could be enough the way Milton has been pitching. If they leave him out there, which I think they will, 3 runs should be sufficient to do it in this one. And now the 1-1 pitch on the way to Ji-Man Choi. And it's hit hard, but right at him at short, but it eats him up. So a tough play there as it kind of got him in that in-between hop area, and he didn't really have time to adjust, and that's going to go down as a single for Choi. So they leave Castro in 2 for 2, usually just faces lefties,
Take your base.
and that is going to be ball 4. Looked good there on the 3-0 pitch, but he takes it low for ball 4. That's a 1-out walk to make it first and second now for Mark Mathias. They stick with Mathias as well. He's 1 for 2, normally just platoons, but has been swinging the bat well, and they're going to reward him for it. That ball into right center field and has a chance to get down, and it does. And Choi holds at third. Mathias thought everybody was going to be going, and he is in trouble, and they're going to get him as they throw behind him at first. Not sure what happened on the bases there. I don't know why Ji-Man Choi held at third. It looked like it was going to be a scenario where it would be at least runners on the corners. It was aggressive base running, though, by Mathias, thinking he would be able to get the second, probably anticipating a throw to the plate. The count 0-1 to Rodriguez. And grounded to short. Smith should be able to handle that one. Sends it over to low, and that will do it for the Pirates. So they strand a couple. They do expand the lead. It's now 3-0 as we head to the 8th. But some more base running issues for the Pirates have cost them yet again. It's 3-0 after 7. Pirates sticking with Evan Milton here in the top of the 8th as pitch number 101 is on the way to Simeon and lifted into shallow center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit to start the inning. And that might do it for Milton. I don't think you need to push him a whole lot farther. He has been awesome in this one. Just 2 hits allowed, and that's going to do it for his day. Adolis Garcia due up, and they are going to be turning to the bullpen here. All right, so Dwayne Underwood Jr. into the game. I don't know why it's saying that his energy is low, because when I inserted him into the ball game, it was completely full. So that's a little bit frustrating. But it's Garcia, Garver, and Miller, the next 3 on tap here. Strikeout, single. This is a big at bat. And we'll leave him in here. All right, so that closes the book on Milton's day. It's 7+, 2 hits allowed, no earned, no walks. He was awesome and in position for a win. I'm going to pinch hit for Hayes here. He's been a little bit tired. Of course, they switch over to a lefty. But Marcano comes through anyway. Let's go hit and run. Reynolds, single, and then Milton hits into an inning-ending double play. Now we're in the 9th. Bednar is a little bit tired, as is Beeks. So I'm going to go to Perdomo here to try and get the save. We've got a 3-run lead. If he gets in trouble, I'll go to Bednar to try and close it down. But hopefully he can manage. There you go. So that's a great win right there. 3-0. We get the sweep. Milton, 7 innings, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, and picks up the victory. And that puts him in the league tie for the league lead in wins. He also had a hit. Good to see Brian Reynolds with a couple of knocks. Good day for Castro and Matthias there at the bottom of the order. Matthias is just raking since being called up. So that has been a fantastic surprise. And then Underwood and Perdomo combined in for the last 2 innings to close this thing out. Milton now 8-2 on the season and pitching pretty well over his last couple of starts, realistically. He got the loss in the last one, but really didn't pitch that poorly. So, all right. We got the day off, and then it'll be who? Oh, the A's are going to offer us a trade. They are offering Tyler Wade, a 28-year-old utility guy that doesn't hit very well, plays pretty good defense and has speed, and they want Taj Thomas, who's a young starting pitcher in our organization that I'm not really that interested in trading. This just doesn't make sense. I'm not going to do that. So I don't even know why they're offering that trade. It doesn't really help them, and it doesn't really help us. It's just kind of one of those like irrelevant roster moves that I just don't understand. So, all right, it's going to be Contreras against Castillo. The Mariners are sitting at 25-25. We're now 6.5 games up, and the Pirates are playing some excellent baseball, y'all. Let's see if we can keep it going on the road here against the Mariners. Well, we got pretty much manhandled in this one. We lose 7-1. The offense was pretty abysmal. 4 hits, 4 walks as a team, and the 4 hits were 2 for G-Man Choi, 2 for Andy Rodriguez, that accounted for the only run of the ball game. Milton goes 0 for 4. It was just bad all around. Cal Mitchell 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and he really continues to struggle. We're going to take a look at what Kanan Smith-Njigba has been doing, and if he's hitting the ball remotely well, he's probably going to get the call up, and we'll switch those guys. Contreras, 3 innings. He struggled in the first, gave up a 2-run homer followed by a solo shot, and kind of settled down, gets to the 4th, gives up, I think, a single and then another home run, and we had to pull him at that point. Oviedo was respectable, trying to keep us in it. And then Garcia, kind of garbage time, an inning and 2/3, a hit, a walk, no runs. So that was pretty ugly. Let's go ahead and advance the day, and then real quick look at, we don't care about this, but let's get the notification off of there. Let's look at what Smith-Njigba is doing. Yeah, he's only hitting 233. I don't really have an option that's better right now than Cal Mitchell necessarily. So we'll let that go for a little bit and see if we can get Smith-Njigba hitting the ball a little bit better before we make that change, but that's something that we have to maybe keep an eye on. We're still winning ball games, so it's not a huge issue, but if we're going to be, a contender down the road, we need somebody in that spot that's producing. Heck, we could even just let Connor Joe play every day. Let's do that. Let's go in and we're going to make Connor Joe, I mean, he's been raking. 341, although no power. Let's go with him. McCutcheon just doesn't hit righties that well anymore. 48 for his contact makes me nervous, whereas at least Connor Joe, the contact is respectable. We'll see how he does in that role for a little while. But it's going to be Mitch Keller and George Kirby for the next one here as we head back out to Seattle. Well, we lost a tough one here, 5-3. The bullpen letting us down, and really our defense in general. So we only get 7 hits and a walk. Sawinski, I think, hit a RBI double. at one point. Milton just 1 for 4. Connor Joe 1 for 4, but had an RBI, so he was clutch when we needed him. Ji-Hwan Bae got a couple of hits. We need him to get on track. But bottom line, the offense really wasn't that good in this one. And then Keller, 6 innings, 7 hits and a walk, 2 runs, but neither of them were earned. So there were 2 errors in the first inning that kind of got him in trouble, and he got off to a rocky start as a result, but settled down and really pitched well for us. Left the game, and we had a 3-2 lead. Then Chase DeYoung came in and was terrible. He gave up, I think, a double to start the inning, then a single to score a run, got an out or 2, and then gave up a 2-run homer. So that all of a sudden we're down by 2 instead of up by 1. And then we just couldn't come back. So tough loss, but it is what it is. We got more scouting to do. So let's see if we got any. Yeah, so we ended up getting 4 outfield prospects. 1 in the East, 2 in the Central, 1 in the West. So let's take a look at what we actually found, and hopefully there's somebody way up here that's like not ranked. No. This guy is a little bit interesting in that he's a closing pitcher that the MLB doesn't have ranked. I don't know why he would be on our list as number 11, but whatever. Yeah, although, wait. Can I find the, Yeah, so these are the guys that it looks like we just discovered. Kevin McLean looks like a potentially really high upside 18-year-old center fielder, but also could be really raw. But the good news here is that he looks like a contact hitter that may have, some power eventually, but never too much. But a really good defender with elite speed. So this could be a guy that, like, maybe a plug-in as a leadoff guy or a 2-hitter for a while once he develops. But the fact is, nobody else might know about him. So he could be a guy that we get, like, in the second round or later, which would be awesome. This guy doesn't look like much of a threat to ever make the big leagues. He's got some potential, but he's already 21, and the low overall doesn't really help us. This guy never likely to do much. That guy never likely to do much. And now, so those are the 4 that we discovered. So this is the one right here, Kevin McLean, that I want to make sure we scout this week. So let's cancel all scouting assignments now. And then I can't remember. Let's put this guy on a position. I know it was first base. Was it first base international that we were scouting? Maryland. He's going the wrong direction. So these are first basemen in the East that we're learning a little bit about. He's going the wrong direction. International looks like we kind of already finished what we wanted to find out. So let's go first base East. And then I'm pretty sure it was international starting pitchers, but let's look at what we have there. So that dude, man, if he would be there in the second round, that would be awesome. Because he looks like he's darn near Major League ready with at least high B potential. I'd love to have a guy like that. Probably not going to get him. I might be able to get him with my second pick, and that would probably be a good one. He's going to need some time to develop, but lots of upside. Pretty good upside there, but probably won't be able to get him. I think we're kind of to the point where we need to move on from the international. Looks like I actually started some of the East Coast guys, so let's go there too. I could have sworn one of those was East and one of them was International. But we're going East for both now. And then this one is going to scout. Who was it? A right fielder? Or was he a center fielder? Yeah, Kevin McLean. I would really love to see this guy turn out to be, like a top 10 in terms of our rankings. Because if we could get him in the second round and him be that kind of caliber player, would be absolutely massive. All right, so one more game to quick manage, and then we'll wrap up the episode, as it's going to be Brubaker taking on Logan Gilbert. And, man, we need to get back on track. We've lost a couple in a row. Brewers are now a couple games over 500 and within 4.5. So, still feeling pretty good about where we're at, but you want to keep it going. So, sit tight, and we'll be heading out to Seattle for Game 3 of the series. Boy, we did a good job losing this game. Final score 8-7, but if you look at the line score, we fall behind 2-0. We get 4 in the top of the 5th and give 3 of them right back, and now we're down by 1. Then we get 2 in the 7th to grab a 1-run lead and give them both right back to fall back down behind by 1. Tie it up in the 8th, and again in the bottom of the 8th managed to give up another run. So just could not get the pitching to, hold them when we needed it. The offense was pretty good. Rough day for Sawinski and Choi there in the middle, but everybody else contributing. Milton, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's got the average at 332. Connor Joe, 2 hits. He's been doing the job since taking over that starting role. Brubaker, the line is maybe a little bit misleading, because even though he gave up 7 hits and 4 walks over those 5 innings, it seemed like he pitched better than that. But he just had 2 innings where he gave up a 3-run home run, and obviously that didn't help. And then I left him in to finish the 5th, and he gave up like another hit and a walk right at the end before getting out of the inning. And then Garcia only faced 3 batters. He gave up a hit and a walk, got 1 guy out. I bring in DeYoung. He does the job. And then Beeks was terrible. Underwood did okay. But then I don't know what happened there where Perdomo... Oh, it was an error that the guy reached. And then I bring in Perdomo, and he gives up a couple of hits, and the run scores. So, rough outing for the pitching staff in this one. We fall 8-7, and we're now 3.5 up as the Brewers won. So, things are tightening up in that race. We're now 52 games into the season. Right there at the end of May, we got one more start in May, and it's going to be on the road against the Giants, as it'll be Evan Milton against Joe Ross. But that's going to do it for this episode. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friend and neighbor. Or shall I say this afternoon?